Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a book illustrated by David Catrow, who I have a love-hate relationship with on and off. Like, I discovered him maybe about 5, 6, 7 years ago or so, and really loved his artwork, and then sometimes I really go off his artwork, and then sometimes I love it again. So I'm a bit neutral on him at the moment. I don't love him, but I used to really like him. But this book I find really interesting. It's a fun take on Cinderella Skeleton. It does what it says on the tin. It's written by Robert D. Souci. And let's take a look. So David is a traditional artist. I think he works a lot with like paints and watercolors. I would say his artwork is a little bit more old-fashioned in terms of like the colors that he chooses and the characters that he draws, the style. He's an American artist, and I think you can tell that from the style of his artwork. I don't think his style wouldn't really fit into European or English books. But when I look at his books, I think of like the 90s. But I think he did illustrate a lot of these books in the 90s, to be fair, so maybe that's why. But it's interesting how like colour palettes change throughout decades, and what's popular like colour-wise in one era will be different in another era. And even just looking at the colours, sometimes you can tell like when a book has been created. So all the characters in this story are dead, and Cinderella lives in a graveyard. The whole book is in rhyme, and most of the characters are skeletons. It's very, I guess, like a Tim Burton type thing. I could imagine Tim Burton doing this, making a film out of it. I would say he's really good at gesture, David Catrow, and exaggerated proportions. I do really admire his proportions, and I feel like with each illustration and with each character he has a lot of fun. He does a lot of detail and adds a lot of detail to the background. So there's a lot going on in his illustration, and I do like that, and I enjoy how loose a lot of it is. Like, so a lot of like the line work on here has been done with like a fountain pen or like a dip pen, and it just looks fun. I feel like Cinderella is like one of my favourite fairy tales, so I should really have more interpretations of her story, but this is like one of the only ones that I've got. So this fairy godmother is interesting because it doesn't quite explain what the fairy godmother is, but I know she's not a ghost and she's not dead. But it's kind of like this grubby goblin type creature that lives under the earth that just comes to her, and all the creatures that she asks for are a bit more creepy than the original fairy tale, like mice and bats and black cats and stuff. The dress is fun. I think there's only so many ways that you can make a skeleton look glamorous, pretty, and there's not many ways that you can do that. So the dress is fun because it's like, I guess it's like ethereal and ghostly. I guess it's supposed to be made out of webs. It's a bit of a shame that this illustration's like cut off here in the middle, because I feel like that bat character looks interesting. But there's like a creepy carriage. You'd think it'd be like a hearse, but again, there's a lot of webs there. It's being taken or being led by dragons, which is fun. And we've got like this cool image here with the silhouettes. For some reason the ballroom looks like it's on fire. But just a lot of nice colours. We've got like purple and yellow go well together, and we've got the blues as well. Blue and yellow go well together. Just like a lot of nice colours in this image. And then we go to bright yellow inside the ball. Her dress looks a little bit different on this page. It's got more pinks in it. It looks a little bit more defined than the previous one. And she's got like a dandelion coming out of her head for some reason, which I'm not really a fan of. I like her prince. It's kind of like a pirate Napoleon type character. And instead of leaving a glass slipper, she leaves her foot when escaping the ball. I mean, it's funny really, because there's no reason that you should retell this story as skeleton characters, because I feel like being a skeleton that's alive is already supernatural and fun. But I see. There was a one recently where it's like a retelling where she's a zombie that came out within the last 5 years ago. It's just interesting how many times this story can be retold from different perspectives or like different takes on it. People just will not leave the story. I think that's quite a nice image. So he has got like a cushioned box with her foot in, and he is searching high and low for her, as we know the story goes. Interesting that he's using a bike to do it. He looks so wrong without his hat. This really does feel like it needs to be, or it should have been, a Tim Burton film. You know what I said before about like there's only so many ways you can make a skeleton look glamorous. So I feel like the Corpse Bride did a better job of like making a more appealing main character that was female. This is cute though, so he ties the foot back on with a ribbon. The stepsisters are in sorrow. We've got a weird, creepy looking spider with 3 eyes. And this is like a nice image, kind of ghostly and haunting, but sweet. She's got the dandelion on her head again. I really don't like that. We should have left it out or picked like a different flower. It's just a bit odd. And then it ends with the dandelion in the ground, I guess, implying that she's buried or something. Maybe this story took place in the afterlife. I don't know, but I really liked this book when I first got it. I'm not like a huge fan of it now, but I do find it interesting. And I thought you might find it interesting as well. So, yeah, there you go. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.